Go get you a girlfriend that's popping and they might want you to fight a nigga or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you beef with a nigga. It doesn't make sense to me. Are they just gonna be that same person because they're a Virgo? I'm a Virgo. Yo, that's crazy. I really started answering that like a real question. That was good, that was good.
What do you think is your most slept on song? Like if you had to shout something out right now.
Oof. I think everything I do is a little slept on.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like that?
Because I'm nice. I'm real good at what
you
I
are.
do. And there's a lot of things, in my opinion, that just aren't as dope. Me growing up, I always just thought it was all about the music. I think a lot of times people, you know, want you to kind of move outside of the music, go get you a girlfriend that's popping and they might want you to fight a nigga or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you beef with a nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people say, you gotta play the game. What is the game?
Right.
Because my game is not Lucky Day's game.
Exactly.
My game is not Chris Brown's game.
Do you really feel like people can be psychic?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. Maybe there are some psychics and wizards out there. That's probably why the world go round. You never know.
Right.
But they wouldn't tell us.
Are you into the whole like zodiac astrology thing?
I don't really trust people.
Okay.
So naturally, when somebody tells me somebody's acting a certain way because of the day they're born, it doesn't make sense to me. Are they just gonna be that same person because they're a Virgo? I'm a Virgo.
I think there's just a lot that goes into it.
And then it's like different moons and stuff. So I'm like a Scorpio and this and like some in that. And I'm just like, I guess, like.
I like you or I don't.
So that's why you mad at me right now? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Like, you're pissed because of that? That is wild. All right.
Who have you written for?
Chris Brown, Meek Mill, Ty Dolla, those guys. Nicki Minaj, Jason Derulo, Trey Songz, August Alsina, Jeremiah. K. Michelle, DJ Mustard, you know, I do a lot of work with Terrace Martin, Robert Glasper, you know, when I dive into that bag, a little bit more jazzy bag.
That's so dope. Just an all-around creative.
Yeah, man, you gotta get how you fit in, man. You know, one door just be a little harder open and you gotta find a way through the next one.
What's one artist you haven't worked with that you really, really want to work with?
Tame Impala, that dude's a beast. Kevin Parker, easy.
What's your favorite feeling?
It just has to be when my son is like, the world around him, it just doesn't even exist. Like he is really enjoying himself. If you were to put it in the music, I guess that feeling when like everybody in the room is singing your song and you don't even have to do anything. That shit is just great. It's like, wow.
Because it's something that you've poured yourself into and they're just like these random people, like they're watching you.
Giving it up like they wrote it. You know what I mean? And you're just like, damn. 10th grade, when I made it on X Factor, is pretty much when I was like, okay, I might actually be all right.
Might be kind of good.
Because I went all the way through. I drove to Chicago from Cincinnati, and it's hundreds of thousands of people. And we're just out there for hours. It's cold, I'm ready to go. I don't know why I bought a pea coat and thought that was gonna work in Chicago. My mom's with me, and the only reason I did it was because she did it with me. I'm playing a game when she asked me about X Factor. She like, yo, you wanna audition for some shows? L.A. Reid, Simon Cowell, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, if you'll do it. She's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, bet. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I just kept playing the game. I didn't think she was serious. We really went and auditioned. There's so many people that, you know, that were incredible that you got sent the wrong way. So I thought I was definitely getting cut. I'm like, I'm not making this. Like, I know these people. They're incredible. How are they getting sent home? But I was blessed.
I always find that interesting when people start on shows because as a viewer, it's like you're looking and it's like, how does this really work? You know, like, does this really get people to where they want to go?
It almost is better that you lose.
Really?
Yeah, you're stuck with their contract. You're stuck with,
exactly.
You're stuck with everything they want you to do. You are their artist. Luckily, they were like, yeah, we don't like you. You're good. You can go. They let me out of my shit like a week later after the show. They did not care. But it was cool, man. A blessing in disguise. And yeah, like I said, that's how I got to LA. 17 years old, moved to LA.
17 is crazy.
Yeah.
So you say you're an introvert versus an extrovert.
I think I'm somewhere in between because you get a couple drinks in me, I might say, a little bit too much.
What's your drink of choice?
Whiskey. I was a tequila dude for a minute, man, but it turned me to a zombie sometimes, man. You wake up when you don't want to. You're somewhere you don't want to be.
True.
You know what I mean?
Somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I ain't got time for that shit, yeah.
I'm not really a liquor person in general. I'm more of a wine girl.
I'll tear some wine up, though. Quincy Jones put me on some wine. I don't know what it was. I did a benefit for him with Terry Smart one time, and that was like the first time I had red that I actually liked that I didn't want to spit out. And shout out to Quincy, man. Rest in peace, bro. That was a really cool night.
Have you ever waited to tell someone how you feel about them?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Why would you wait so long?
Like, I can't even believe I just fell for that. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy, bro.
I'm really curious.
Yo, that's crazy. I really started answering that like a real question.
It is a real question.
It is a real question.
I do want to know.
The timing after, okay, that was good. That was good.
Thank you.
Yes, I think fear is the biggest thing in that. Like, don't be a bitch.
Oh.
It's very easy to get comfortable in Cincinnati, and I would just see people just doing the same thing. Like, there's more to life than this. We know this, and luckily I got to see it with being in LA.
If you want to do something with your life, you just have to get out of your city, try to get out of your state, and just like put yourself in that uncomfortable situation, and you're going to grow from it.
I got to LA and was like, whoa. I came here with $1,000.
Yeah.
That was gone in a week. You know what I mean? Like, in Cincinnati, that's gonna last me, a couple months. There ain't no car, we ain't had nothing. I'm sleeping on the floor. It's roaches, deep valley, you know what I'm saying, with my Hispanic, family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what made it cool, was like coming outside and they just showing you love. But yeah, we was in it, making it work. But you gotta go do it, you gotta take that next step or you'll never, you never know what it's like. It was definitely something I needed bad because I wouldn't be sitting here today had I not made that move.
What's your biggest pet peeve in the studio?
Say I'm about to do like a melody or I'm about to go sing something. I hate it when I hear somebody else like singing to a beat I'm trying to vibe to. That's one thing, but I guess a bad engineer, that doesn't like understand how to read the room, doesn't understand how to understand.
It's just about knowing how to maintain the vibe and not like ruining that. So you can stay in your moment. I'm
learning over the years just to kind of just go with the flow and just read the room, and it's not for you, just you don't have to be there unless you're getting paid, but you don't get paid to come to studio sessions unless you're, the dream.
So aside from making records, if you weren't an artist, what would your profession be? Speaking
from being a child, I would have loved to play football. I guess as a youngin', I was cool enough to be able to play, but look, I would have got crushed. I'm not going against 300, 400-pound men.
That's scary.
That just doesn't make sense today. I'm like, why would I ever have thought I wanted to do something like that? Thinking for me today, I wouldn't say teacher. I don't know.
Okay.
As I'm getting older, I just find myself wanting to be a little bit more of assistance to people who don't really have somebody to be able to be in their corner and kind of give them the lay of the land, the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know what that would be, but
yeah,
it's hard to imagine myself in a world without music.
Can we expect anything?
Oh, soon. I got so much music coming out this year. I've been trying to find a new relationship with music. I don't, aspire to be the biggest artist in the world. I just think I want my music to reach that far. In my way, though. Not
in your way, for sure.
Not how everybody is doing it. And there's a way. But I got some great music coming. Just buckle up.
Arin Ray, thanks for pulling up.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. It's always a blessing.
For sure.
Do I look look awake. Am I fine? Is it? Am I good? All right, cool.
Oh, do you not feel awake?
No, I just want to I feel like my eyes are low.
I was outside. Uh-oh.
Oh, you good? I'm sorry, man.